You know what's great about Dumba is he's been getting so much attention for the work he's done. And let's be honest, I think before everything has happened over the past few months, the only time I ever really heard of Matt Dumba was Leafs trade rumors, and it was like Nylander Dumba. So like with the more attention he's getting and all the work, that brings more attention to things like the Hockey Diversity Alliance, which is just another fantastic little layer of frosting, maybe some sprinkles on that little cake that you love to see.
It's
I hate your analogies.
no, it's funny. That's not what I was going to bring up at all, because he brought up trades. Speaking of Matt Dumba being traded, it sounds like Matt Dumba is on the block.
He's
He's right side.
Stop it, Daniel. I don't want Matt Dumba. I'm sorry.
No. His time is coming fast.
I'm gonna pull up this article. Pull up the tweet I found. I'm pretty sure I sent it to Adam. But my understanding is that Matt Dumba is on the block, and Minnesota is trying to re-sign Jonas Brodin, and it seems to be that if they trade Matt Dumba, they won't be able to sign Jonas Brodin because apparently they're best friends.
That is, see, the thing that you can make fun of Minnesota all you want, though their defense has been fantastic, and the fact that
It's just the money tied to it.
yeah, and what sucks about it is Dumba is regardless of his defensive play, he's a very good defenseman. He's right-handed. That's coveted in this league. And then if you lose Brodin, who throughout the league has just been known as this simple, great, fantastic stay-at-home defenseman. The fact that you can lose two key parts of your team is
That's two massive holes.
Yeah, it does.
How much are you gonna lean on Jared Spurgeon and?
I was gonna say Jared Spurgeon is a great player, but that's so much more
Suter.
responsibility to him. Ryan Suter is an absolute workhorse.
It was from Michael Russo, by the way. So
it's pretty good.
That's reliable. Mm-hmm. But it really just feels like they're just tearing down. Why would you get rid of Matt Dumba? I understand you're going through a rebuild, but he's not. How old is Matt Dumba? 26? 25?
25, turning 26, yeah.
I just don't see where the advantage of trading someone like that is.
Matt Dumba is 26, yeah. Sorry, I just want to get my lick.
Oh,
Yeah, no worries. I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough. He is a heart and soul player of that team. And while he didn't have the best year, I mean, the Wild weren't a good team this year.
No,
they made the playoffs strictly based on the fact that it was 24 teams.
Yeah.
He played 69 games this year, and he chipped in 24 points. To put it into perspective, he played 32 the year before and put up 22 points.
Mm-hmm.
2-point difference in double the games.
And I look at a team like New Jersey, who has Severson
Why are
and
we talking
Butcher.
about New Jersey?
No, just hear me out. Just hear me out. They have two young defensemen. I think they're around the same age. In
Severson.
What's wrong with Damon Severson?
Okay.
What's wrong with Damon Severson?
You just know my hate for the New Jersey.
I know your hate. I'm not doing this on purpose. I think it's a comparable. They're not necessarily in the same situation, but they're not thinking about trading Severson or Butcher. And I feel like we're sitting here talking about Minnesota, and they're in a rebuilding stage just like New Jersey.
I for sure think Damon Severson is not the same as Matt Dumba.
I'm not saying he's the same as Matt Dumba. I'm saying that they're both young defensemen who you could potentially is Damon Severson a top 4 defenseman?
God.
What do you mean no?
Yeah, on New Jersey.
Oh my.
Throw him anywhere else, he's playing your bottom pair.
Okay, I'm going to ask Adam. Adam, is Damon Severson a top 4 defenseman?
I'd say he is, yes.
Will Butcher?
Will Butcher is.
About Will Butcher.
Okay, what's Matt Dumba? What type of defenseman is Matt Dumba from 1 to 6?
I'd say he's a 2, in my opinion.
I'll say
One, but
He's not a 1.
no. He's not
Not
a
a 1. I give him max 2. I'm putting him middle pair.
fair enough.
Okay, so
Like-
it sounds like he's very similar to Damon Sievers.
Okay, what's your,
He's a number 4.
Do you get the argument I'm saying though? They're not talking about trading the young guys.
Don't make me pick though. They both played for the Real Juniors.
so, okay, so let's just put it like this. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong here. You look at like a team like Minnesota, and if you're rebuilding, what I would assume in a rebuild is you do not trade your younger guys, the guys you would build around. And the problem is like, I don't know, maybe they look at you can't trade Suter. That's not going to happen. How many teams, especially right now in the world, are going to take the Jared Spurgeon deal? So maybe I don't know what Bill Guerin is thinking. Like, it makes sense to trade him if you wanted to now, because this is the last year before he has any sort of trade protection. But still,
He's a young guy.
a silly decision in my opinion.
I
Like,
don't think it makes sense.
No, but it's Minnesota. They
Like,
also
how aggressive will they be with that like rebuild? Like I know like they almost traded Zach Parise, but like those are really tough deals.
Yeah, trying to trade Parise. I think Andrew Ladd literally was the only player you could trade Parise for at this point.
I don't even think that happens anymore. Like I think Parise was their plan A, but as soon as that dropped and they got past Joe, Parise is just not an option. It doesn't fit their cap. It just doesn't fit. Parise going to the Islanders literally does not fit their cap. They had to re-sign Matt Barzal and Ryan Pulak.
I guess that's why they try and have to like work it out. Which I believe that was the issue, and that's why like Ladd would have to go the other way. But still, I mean, Lamoriello loves him.
A nice 13-year contract.
Because it was supposed to be. I remember it was like Wallstrom, a first, and Andrew Ladd, and I guess other pieces as well for Zach Parise.
That sounds horrible.
That's a bad trade.
Sounds terrible.
For who?
Both.
I don't know.
What I mean, you're getting assets. If I'm the Wild,
Minnesota's winning that.
Oh
yeah.
Over Wallstrom alone, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take him.
But I don't think Lou's senile to that point.
He almost made the trade. The only
That's the
reason
thing,
it
though.
did,
I wonder where it fell through.
apparently because it got out.
Oh yeah.
This isn't the first time that's happened. Apparently,
Yeah, the Schneider deal almost didn't happen because he said, "Oh, if this gets out, then I'm canning it." Did Lamoriello. So, also apparently it's been. I think this was also from Mike Russo. Koivu is not coming
Done.
back. Apparently, they've informed they're not bringing him back, which
that's
is
not a surprise.
Really?
New captain.
Well,
never got a Selkie, which is
Yeah, I mean, I expected that to happen. Go ahead, Alex. Actually.
no, my understanding was that he was going to retire. So,
Me
or
too.
he was going to go back and play in Europe.
No.
I thought Friedman said that he wants to play more. Excuse me.
Maybe he changed his mind. We'll see.
I mean, how often do we really get?
Well, let's think about it. What is Mikko Koivu? Like, what's his potential right
think
now?
now,
Hard
like,
to control the team now. Really, that's it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if I was, who's their coach? It's not Dean Evison. Dean Evison is. Yeah, if I was Dean Evison, I probably would have scratched him.
So
I
what
would have
team
felt bad because that's my captain and he's
Yeah.
a couple $1 million, but like he's just useless out there. He's a bottom 2 player.
Is there a team that goes like obviously there is a team that goes out and gets him, but
But that's
Like
the
a
thing,
mil-
though.
like a
Like, it's
million.
different, though. It's not like you're gonna pick up. It's not like you're the Leafs when you pick up Spezza, or when you pick up Marlowe, because he still isn't as skilled as those two were in that part of their career.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to a bottom end team to fill a role or
You know,
something.
I was reading something, and I'm thinking a lot about this, but I think a team that has a lot of potential to pick up those kinds of deals this offseason is Detroit, because they have a lot of cap room. They need a lot of guidance. They're going to be terrible. They're not going to come back to anything close. They're not going to be competing for a playoff spot for another 2 to 3 years. So that's why they can swallow albatross contracts that, you know, what was our Patty Marlowe contract or anything else in the league, like Parise or anything. Now, Obviously, if you're doing that, Detroit has more than every right to expect some serious sweeteners for a deal like that. It's different when you're signing a player like Mikko Koivu because you don't have to trade him. But if they're going to try and pick up somebody's junk, then at least you got to throw a sweetener that way.
Listen, I could see a team like Ottawa picking Mikko Koivu up.
I can see that too.
To fill minutes, and like he must be a leader. Like you're not a captain for fun.
The only reason I don't see with my beloved Senators is that our owner doesn't want to spend money.
I guess that's true. I guess, yeah.
Why have a hockey team and spend money? What's the point of that?
That doesn't make sense.
No. But I mean, also looking at it though, Minnesota is in a bit of a cap crunch, so you can kind of understand why they're not going to bring him back. Like
they're in a cap crunch?
Well, they're going to be in a cap crunch.
Good God.
They have $2 million worth of cap space.
Do they have anyone to sign?
Yeah, they have to sign Galchenyuk, who I think is gone.
Yeah.
But two big pieces in Luke Cunnin and Jordan Greenway.
Let's see.
On top of that, they got to pay Carson Soucy, but I don't know about that one. But Cunnin and Greenway are both RFAs. Those are your biggest. You got to pay those guys.
I think, but if you let Galchenyuk and Koivu is a safe bet already, that's like $10 million right there.
Yeah. Here it says next season they have $16 million in cap space.
Okay,
cap friendly.
You do wonder though, how much do you have to give Brodin because you have to pay that guy.
That's true.
Brodin. Well, that's if you give Brodin an early extension.
I think with a guy like him, that's a priority for me.
Foundational piece, I think.
Yeah, the guy is. If there was a real Norris Trophy for as we call it, who was the guy from the Ducks? Fulton Reed.
I think so.
For a real defenseman, Brodin is there with like the likes of Slavin that should be getting that kind of deal.